Welcome to my journey from Berlin all the way to Copenhagen. I was not planning on dropping this or making a video out of this, that's why it's in portrait mode, but the story was just too crazy and it kept on getting crazier as the hours went by through that day. So I decided I have to drop this. And as I was editing this towards the end, I literally started tearing up because that day was honestly just so crazy. My favorite day of all time. Thanks mainly to a person I got to meet in there. Enjoy my journey, and I hope you stick to the end because it's a very beautiful story. Enjoy. We are already on the move. It is Friday again and we are traveling again. Not gonna lie, I don't really feel like traveling. That's the one. That's the one. Do not close on me. Do not close on me. Do not close on me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. I decided to get some food to find friends. I was in the cashier area and the girl who was behind me, I just talked to her, asked her like, are you sitting with someone? She's like, yes. And I was like, can I join you guys? She's like, yes. I was that desperate to talk to people, I bought some lunch. And it was at that moment where I realized that I messed up. I'm in North Germany and there's nothing really I could do in there except go to the ferry and arrive at Denmark. But by that time I would have arrived late to Denmark, so I'd have to just go sleep. But then things took a turn thanks to my love for helping people and just being a curious person. As I was walking back to I don't know where, I spot someone that had something drop off from his bag. I decided to go pick it up and give it to him because apparently no one else wanted to do that, so I took the initiative and did it. Long story short, I ended up going with them into the harbor area where we sat to interview each other for the YouTube video. I go to the ferry after that, and in there I missed my ferry. The two people I met, amazing people. Thankfully, they made this experience worth it, especially because I missed my previous ferry to Denmark. Let me explain what happened. I arrived at the ferry area 15 minutes before takeoff when I was supposed to arrive 20 minutes. So as a result, I couldn't make it. I couldn't catch the ferry, so I had to wait for the next one, which was 2 hours and 15 minutes later. And that kind of pissed me off. But then, as I was waiting for the ferry, some random guy enters the building and he seemed to be confused, trying to look around, see where the reception is or something. And the moment I approached him, the moment I decided, let's talk to this guy that looks confused, the moment I did that was when I transformed my trip from just a typical travel to something that is somewhat life-changing. Long story short, we ended up having amazing conversations as we waited for the ferry to arrive, and also in the 2-hour ferry ride. We had very similar ambitions, similar struggles. Some of them I managed to overcome, some he managed to overcome. So we both had some advice to each other. And these are the kind of friendships that I love having, where we both have different unique experiences that we've been through and lessons that we've learned through these experiences. And as we talk, we share these lessons and we learn from each other. And I think it's just very hard to find these kinds of friendships. And I got so lucky that this random person who I liked to help turned out to be someone who I would have amazing conversations with and learn a lot and get inspired by a lot of things that he does. The manifestation of the conversation resulted in go around, ask people who are in here to give us a 2-hour drive to Copenhagen. Let's see if that's gonna work. And this right here is the power of having these amazing friendships. We both get to push each other, expand our potential, our limits, and do things we never really thought we'd want to do if we were alone. We basically complemented each other so well that we both felt like nothing can stop us. We were so powerful, we felt so powerful, and we used that to get a ride. And this is exactly where we got the ride, from a half Austrian, half Swedish family that just came back from Austria and are heading to Sweden right now. First in line, first to leave.
That's what we paid for.
Nice.
Wow.
Because we came so late to the ferry and we haven't had a booking, so we needed to buy the expensive ticket, which gives you priority.
Okay.
You have your passports, right?
Yes.
So we don't smuggle. That we should have checked that before we took them all. We should have checked that.
Throughout the whole ride, I just couldn't stop smiling. I couldn't believe what we were doing, what we managed to do. And even in the car on the ride, our conversations continued to be amazing. In just 2 hours, we got to know so much about them, and they got to know so much about us. I wish we got our conversation on tape just to look back and remember how amazing it was, but this picture shall suffice. This is us when we arrived to Copenhagen. Things continue to get crazier even after the ride. So we arrive at Copenhagen, and which is where we were supposed to get dropped off. But they also mentioned that they don't mind us sleeping over in their place in Sweden. Elvis decided to just stick to his previous plan, which is dumpster diving and then sleeping over in some park with a sleeping bag. I didn't have a sleeping bag, but I had a couch surfing guy welcome me. He was ready to welcome me on that day. But I decided, let's just go to Sweden. I cannot explain the immense gratitude I have for humans. And I continued to yap for over 20 minutes while I was half asleep in the basement in Sweden. And this is the end of my journey, starting from Germany to Copenhagen to freaking Sweden unexpectedly. But if there's one thing that I'd like you guys to take away from this, it's that I urge you guys in however way possible to meet new people. It can be through approaching people, as I did, helping them through acts of kindness. There's just way too many ways you can meet new people. You just gotta actually put effort into going to these areas and actually putting effort into meeting and talking to these people. And it's honestly so worth it. Because there were 2 points on this day where I thought my day was ruined. And I kind of semi-documented that. And the only thing that saved it was my willing to approach these 2 major people, which then transformed the whole course of my trip for the whole weekend in Copenhagen. And you might say that, oh, not everyone's interesting, not everyone is nice to talk to. Some people are not approachable, some people are not safe to talk to. And my response to that is, yeah, I've had several bad interactions with people and sometimes regretted approaching them. But you know, you win some, you lose some, but you miss all the shots you don't take. Also, when you treat other people as if they were a universe of experiences and unique knowledge, you'll be surprised with what that friendship can offer you and where that friendship can take you. The perfect example is me and Elvis. So my challenge to you is, whenever and wherever you find someone that seems in the slightest interesting to you, in however way possible, whether it's a cool shirt or a just cool smile or just the way they walk, go tell them that and see where that takes you. If you really engage your curiosity, you will discover things about people that most people, including themselves, are not aware of it. For example, I've met and approached several people that look very similar to celebrities and they weren't even aware of it. I don't think there's anything more powerful than giving someone an insight about themselves that they didn't even know. Yeah, so with that being said, stay curious, approach people, and love people. Peace out. Say bye to the camera. Bye.